What's going on, folks? Welcome back to a brand new live edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. Your hosts, myself, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, and joining me from the Bleeding Carolina Blue podcast, Mr. Carolina himself. How you feeling, bro?
Um, I told you, look, I got the score wrong. I got the score wrong. We actually scored 10 points. Now, I said three. We somehow managed 10. So
Some
I admit I was wrong on that.
some way, somehow, we got 10 points. Uh,
I'm shocked. But look, to everybody out there that was saying, oh, Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold, what is Sam Darnold again? Show who Sam Darnold is. Yes, he got sacked, I believe, 4 times tonight.
seven.
Jesus Christ.
Just
When I
just
last looked at
just like in the Bucks game, 7 sacks.
I said when I last looked at it, it said 3 or 4, but we we put so much blame on Cam. And again, I told you, Jay, like that's my problem. We always put so much blame on Cam Newton can't make this pass. Cam Newton can't make that pass. How many passes did we see that Sam Darnold couldn't make today? Or we looking for Sam Darnold run for his life? The run game actually looks decent, but correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. I don't even think we got to 30 rushes again to this game.
Only 26 for this game.
And we lost by 8. So it's like the article that came out before the game and the way Matt Rule talks, and I gotta stop looking at Bleacher Report because every time I look at it, forgive me, Jay, and I know I shouldn't. I keep waiting to see Carolina Panthers fire Matt Rule. I keep waiting for it. I keep checking my Bleacher Report. Say, please let me see Carolina Panthers fire Matt Rule. Because if you look at him on the sideline, there's no fire in him. There's no let me get the guys up and ready to go. And did you see the press conference he had?
I actually haven't checked into it. Anything interesting?
It's just the way that he answers the questions. He was like talking third person when Joe Pearson. Oh, actually, there's a wonderful reporter, a lady that asked him the questions about what Joe Pearson had put out in the article. He was like, "Well, I don't want to talk about what somebody else said." It's like, no, bro, that's not what somebody else said. That's what you said to your own players that you could have went and took another job at LSU or USC, but you decided to stay here because you could have made more money by going back to college. As if they should be grateful that you stayed here to coach the Panthers.
Yeah, and it's so derailing, to the team as well. It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. And just trying to look at some positives. Uh, Frankie Louvu had a handful of tackles for loss. I'll give him that. Had a handful of
I
tackles
like
for
him.
loss. He
I,
de-
I like him.
yeah, he definitely balled out today.
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard, I mean, 17 carries, 55 yards. He did have a rushing touchdown. So Chuba, he did some good things there.
He
Um,
did.
I mean, the passing game, I mean, a lot of the passing was just short dump offs. I mean, the longest pass of the game was 21 yards.
Because we know who Sam Donald. Yes, we know who Sam Donald is, and I also put that on the offensive coordinator as well. Maybe, and somebody was like, well, maybe they're trying to protect the offensive line, and somebody was like, well, maybe they're trying to protect Sam Darnold. One of the two, and I'm thinking maybe it's a combination of both. They're trying to protect both of them because they know the offensive line is due to, they know Sam Darnold is due to.
Right.
And before we go any further in this, Jay, before we go any further in this, Matt Rule, the disrespect that you showed Cam Newton today,
Oh, my Lord.
disrespect to put that man in one damn play, one damn play. Are you? Can we bleep that F word out? I don't think we can do that. Can we do that?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
Are you kidding me? That man has given everything he has to this franchise, and you disrespect Cam Newton with one run play for 5 yards? Like what?
One play.
One play. You put him in as it's like a sideshow. Here, look at the sideshow I call Cam Newton. Look how I got him. I'm gonna put you in for one play. Go run for 5 yards. Go spell Sam. He looks tired from doing nothing. Sam was 9 for 9 for 52 yards. Get out of here, man. And like you said, short passes. But the disrespect that Matt Rule has shown to one of our greatest players that ever put on a Panthers uniform. All right, like I have no more respect for Matt Rule. I had very little, but I have no more respect for this.
Like, it literally felt like Matt Rule was just like, I guess you can go in there for a play. Just run the ball. I guess you can go in. Like, that's literally what it looked like. And I'm just like, you already had Sam Darnold in a rhythm. I think at that point he was 8 for 8 or 9 for 9. He was having having a good rhythm. And then just
Yeah,
out of nowhere, I think it was like on a first down, just
it was.
just throws Cam Newton. Like, wait, what? Why is Cam Newton in there? Just a 5 yard quarterback keeper. And then back comes in Sam Darnold. Won't hurt.
I'll be turning my head for a few seconds. I don't know if I told you, but I turned my head for 5 seconds, and I looked back, and I said, "Wait, the quarterback looks a little bit big to be Sam. Wait, oh, it's Cam. But wait a minute, didn't you say that Cam wasn't gonna play today? This is just Sam. We want to see what Sam got. That's what you told us. Oh, I don't want to let the Saints know. Nigga, everybody knows what we doing. You can't surprise nobody. But you put Cam in for one play as if to say, hey, I control you. I got this. And then again, I know this is off topic. I know it's off subject.
No, do
if
your
you
thing.
look at that article, and shout out to the PNP YouTubers and the podcast boys over there. Great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to them as well, and they confirmed what I was thinking too. Matt Rule has final say over roster decisions.
Yep.
So everybody that's here is his fault, not Scott Fitterer, Matt Rule. So, bruh, you know what this man meant to this franchise. You signed off. You brought Sam Darnold here.
Yep.
You did that. You got rid of Denzel Perryman, who turned into a Pro Bowler with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep.
You did that. And they had a good point. And what I was saying earlier, I remember we first talked, Matt Rule does not like anybody that will overshadow him because he wants to be the show.
Yep.
He wants to be the Matt Rule show. Denzel Perryman wasn't going to get in line with the show. He was his own man. Cam Newton overshadows Matt Rule, and Matt Rule can't stand that.
Yep.
So he's like, I'm going to show you that I got this. Because Sam Darnold ain't going to say nothing. Sam Darnold is a plain Jane, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's it. Sam Darnold is like the girl that picked last to go to prom. That's Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy to be here. That's what he looks like, bro. And that's what frustrates me. And I made a good point, Jay. And you can tell me if I'm wrong. We've been Panther fans for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time. I have not been this depressed watching a Panthers team, bro, in 20 years. I swear to God. I have never been this depressed watching a Panthers team play. I know I'm bitten, but I'm so frustrated watching this team play every Sunday because I love this stuff. Like my wife, I take time away from spending time with my fiance and my kids to watch the Panthers play, and it's depressing watching them play, watching this garbage product trot themselves out on the field that call themselves a coaching staff. Nah, man, y'all are dragging this organization down. And David Tepper, you need to step in and do something instead of sitting on your billion-dollar hands and saying, hey, here you go. Hey, I finally got somebody. I got to a parking lot. Mm-hmm. Hey, here you go. This is the garbage we're going to put on the field for you guys. You're welcome. Mr. I don't want mediocrity. We're looking at mediocrity. And you're going to give him another year? For what? For
Some
what? So we can look at Sam Darnold do nothing?
somebody make it make sense. Like somebody, like Lord, please, somebody make it make sense because I'm lost. I'm stumped. I'm stumped.
Bro, you and me both. I can't. I don't know how you were feeling. You probably were feeling the same way I was feeling watching the game. Like I'm grabbing my head. I'm like, what am I watching? And I looked at it, and I was joking with my fiance. I said, babe, look, I said, we're up 10-9. I said, look, we're up. I said, watch this lose. I said, watch it. Because the offense looks stagnant. We call them the same plays as run, 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 screen, screen. You might get a little play action, something down the field. And I think the announcer jinxed this. I don't know if you heard it. He was like, "Oh, well, Sam hasn't thrown a pick yet."
Yep, sure did.
What does Sam? What does Sam do? Throws a pick.
Oh my goodness. David Screws enters the stream. Welcome, David Screws. Rule has got to go. I haven't watched him in 3 weeks. That's how bad it is. Panthers equal misery part 2.
It is. Like I said, I have not been this miserable, and I've been a Panther fan for 20 years, for 20 plus years,
Oh yeah.
since our inception in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
I've been here from 2-win seasons to 1-win seasons. I've been here through the George Peepers, the John Foxes. I've been here through it all.
Yeah.
I have never been this pissed off for the coaching staff. The ineptitude. And somebody said it when I was watching the game. The same thing we always talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We come in with a game plan, but we never, ever make adjustments. We never do it. We talked about it last week. It was like, and I heard somebody joking about it. Tampa Bay had one damn receiver. One.
Yep.
Phil Snow. You couldn't game plan for one damn receiver? Come on. Okay, Phil Snow. Taysom Hill. They didn't even have Drew Brees. They didn't have Michael Thomas, who would have cooked our asses today.
Yep.
And Michael Thomas was playing, we would have got cooked. You let I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Now Alvin Kamara is still a dog. Don't get me wrong. Kamara is still a dog. And he was making us look like a JV football team. It was bad. Yo, when Taysom Hill was out here throwing dimes to his receiver like rockets, and I'm watching Sam Darnold, I'm like, oh my God. Like I had to get up. I know me and my wife were trying to do good. I'm speaking to me and my wife because we're trying to get ready for our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, babe, I gotta walk away. I gotta walk away.
You needed a moment.
I needed him. I need a hug. I need to get away from him because it's making me mad. Because it's like Matt Rule knows, and I said I don't know. He just like he knows they're not going to get rid of me because David Tepper would have to eat too much money if they fired me. But hey, Mr. Tepper, you're a billionaire. Eat it.
Yeah.
Eat
exactly.
Eat it. Okay. What is that? Urban Meyer was in the first year of a 6-year deal. Jacksonville cut him.
Sure
they said,
did.
okay. Shaq Khan is a billionaire too. He was like, I'll eat that. Get out of here. But they trying to recoup their money.
And this is the thing. This is the thing that I remember saying at the beginning. One of the things that I feared with the fact that Coach Matt Rule got 7 years. Oh, well, everybody that's watched me knows, like, maybe the first couple of years I stink it up and then I get it right. I have 7 years. I can take my sweet time. And
not this thing.
And sure enough,
go ahead, bro.
We're on our way to another 5-win season. Oh, but I have 7 years to fix this. I'm gonna take my sweet time.
Then I said the Jay-Z reference. Like, are you kidding me? You used the Jay-Z reference in your press conference, bruh. You are 5-21. Excuse me, 5-20. Excuse me, 10 excuse me, you are 10-22 now
Yep, add that today's
since you've
loss.
been here. You are 10-22. We look worse from when you got here to now. And again, Sam Darnold looked good because the first three games because who did we play? Saints,
Jets,
well,
Saints,
banged up, the
Texans.
Jets, and the Texans. What are their combined records? Somebody please enlighten me.
Ooh, well, combined records. Let's see. The Jets are 4-12. The Texans are
Mm-hmm.
4-12, and
That's eight.
the Saints are now 8-8.
Mm-hmm. So you can only really count two of those wins.
Pretty
Sam
much,
Darnold is hot ass.
because
He didn't beat nobody.
a big part of that Saints win was definitely defense. I mean, we got 2 picks that game. So, Mamba chimes in. Hey, Mamba. I have to say that I think that we are the worst team in the league right now. You know it's bad when a former
Absolutely.
punter calls you a high school football team.
Yeah, Pat McAfee, and he's dead ass right.
Oh,
Pat McAfee, I respect his show. Dead ass right. We look like a high school football team. Who? I'm sorry. Who else in the NFL, bro, is turning out two damn quarterbacks? Who? And it's like, oh, I want to play you. I want to play you. It's like that. It's like the two girls you like in school. You don't know who to ask out to prom. You don't know who to ask out, so you're gonna play with both of them. I like both of y'all. I'm gonna dibble and dabble a little bit, but I'm probably gonna make one. But no, no, no. Matt Rule, like I said, this ain't Baylor. This ain't Temple, bro.
yeah.
What you're doing not work. And when lives around the league, when agents and players, and somebody made a good point, Hassan Reddick ass is gonna leave. Cause he's like, I'm not going to another year of this bullshit. Y'all don't know what y'all doing here. And I believe there's a lot of players in that locker room that are like, he don't know what the fuck he doing.
I bet you DJ
What like
might be.
what why are we here with this?
I bet you DJ Moore might be one of those too. I
I
bet
wouldn't blame him.
I bet you he probably one of those too. Um, Mr. Gemini says, "Why put Cam in for one play?" You,
To Mr. Gemini, Mr. Tiro, I said, Mr. Gemini, that's my point. Because he tried to make Cam Newton be a joke. It was a joke. It was an utter disrespect to put that man in for one damn play. It was the ultimate disrespect to say, Cam Newton, I can do with you as I want. I really don't like you because you can outshine me. Your voice, Cam Newton's voice carries more weight in that locker room than Matt Rule does. I promise you that. Cam Newton's voice carries more weight than the damn head coach because they don't respect him. Cam has earned the right to say something in that locker room. Matt Rule hasn't.
oh yeah,
And as David Tepper doesn't recognize you're going to lose players because no free agent in a right frame of mind is going to come here and play for this idiot because he don't know what he's doing. You're
oh
going to lose free agents because nobody's going to resign here because he don't know what he's doing.
exactly. I mean, the Aaron Rodgers, the Deshaun Watsons, and all. Why should they come here? Why? Why? Like,
Why would I come?
shoot, play under Matt Rule, please, please.
I'll pass. I'll
Uh,
pass. He don't know what he's doing. Him and his buddy don't know what they're doing.
David Screws says, I can't believe Terry Bradshaw said Sam was better than Cam. That was a joke. He also said Sam was our new franchise quarterback. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
I promise to God, I'll retire from watching football if Sam Darnold is our franchise quarterback. Sam Darnold, again, still has more interceptions thrown than touchdowns thrown.
Oh yeah.
Sam Darnold.
Shout out to a lot of the still hanging on Sam Darnold supporters that were begging for him to finish the rest of the season. I mean,
It was.
he didn't really. But no, no, no. Everybody wants to. Oh, Cam 0-12, 0-12. Well, guess what? Sam Darnold isn't doing any better. He's not doing any better. He's not doing any better. Well, but he has more wins this season than Camp. Still have the same record as last year, but worse. One loss worse. Potentially two losses worse than last season. What's your point? What's your point?
We're not winning next week. I hope y'all understand that. We are not winning next week. If we cannot beat the Saints with Taysom Hill as the starting quarterback, unless Tampa says, "Hey Tom, we're going to sit you," but again, Tampa still has something to play for next week. They're
Yep.
not going to sit Tom Brady. So guess what? That ass whooping we got last week, y'all can expect another one next week. This was the maybe we can get some in win, but I can guarantee you, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Jay, and
Mm-hmm.
y'all listening. Somebody said down to Matt Rule, lose these next couple of games because your ass is probably fired, and we need to keep this draft pick. We need a top 5 draft pick, whether you're here or not.
Yeah, exactly. And you made a good point because y'all still have to remember Tampa Bay can still get that number 1 seed. So, I mean, I would not be surprised if they're all in this final game of the season against us because they are the 3rd seed right now, and if the Rams and the Packers can lose, I mean, already you got the Tampa Bay owns the or actually no. The Rams have the tiebreaker, but if the Buccaneers win and the Rams lose, they get bumped down. And then the if you have the Bucks win, I think that puts them at the number 1 seed. So they're still playing for a number 1 seed. So,
So I said they got something to play for. We don't have nothing to play for, and we got to go there
yep, in Tampa Bay.
with Sam Darnold and this offensive line.
And to
Come
all
on,
the
man.
and to all the folks that want to say start PJ Walker, that's fine. But and folks saying that, I don't want to hear 2-0 in that sentence. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
You're embarrassing yourself at this point. Do not say 2-0.
I am
Say
totally fine with start PJ Walker, but I do not want 2-0 in that sentence as a starter. I don't want
that.
that in that sentence.
Make sure when you say 2-0 that you put 2-9 after that 2-0, because that's what he is. 2 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Make sure you put 2-9 after that 2-0. I'm just saying, if we're going to put up stats with PJ Walker, no disrespect to dude, that 2-0 comes with a 2-9.
Yep,
And not 9-2, 2-9.
exactly.
He's not the answer. This is not the XFL.
Not to mention one of those 2 touchdowns he got in a game that we didn't even win.
Boom. But that ain't our business, though. I mean, it is our business. That ain't our business, though. But,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what do we know? What do we know? He's hot garbage. But, gentlemen, before my future bride, doesn't let me back in the house, I had to jump on here with my brother real quick. Look, let out some frustrations. Y'all be blessed. Brother Jay, my brother from another mother, I appreciate you. I'm going to go get chocolatey wasted, as they said in Grown Ups, too, or Grown Up.
Oh
I'm
my
going to go get
goodness
chocolatey
gracious.
wasted because I need it. I'm going to enjoy my future wife. I'm going to enjoy my kids real quick. And I'm not going to watch any football for the evening because I'm going to get even more chocolatey wasted because Bleacher Report is going to send me all this shit about Matt Rule coming back next week and how great Sam Darnold is. But look, appreciate y'all coming on, man. Stick around, my brother Jay. Look, we're going to do another preview next week, right, for the ass kicking we're going to get from the Buccaneers.
Yep, the
And
final preview.
I'm going to make sure that my wife actually lets me stay for the rest of next week after we get our ass kicked against the Buccaneers. But again, look, y'all be blessed. Stay uplifted. Have a happy new year. Love your family. Love your wife. Love your kids. Love your brother. Love all that, man. I'm going to holler at y'all next time, yo.
All righty, Mr. Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your evening with the family. We will see you soon.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace. Mr. Carolina, ladies and gentlemen, of the Bleeding Carolina Blue podcast. So yeah, Mr. Gemini says, why would Bieniemy come here too? Good question. David Screw says, I want Sam gone. We should have got Fields. Anybody is better than Sam Darnold right now. Anybody. And it's just to go over some stats. Like I said, Sam Darnold, 17 of 26 for 132 yards and 1 interception, got sacked 7 times. 7 times. Chuba Hubbard, 17 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Chuba, Chuba did his thing, but like I said, only 26 total rushing attempts. So 17 of Chuba, Amir, 6 carries, 21 yards. Sam ran for 2, 7 yards. And then the one play they put in Cam Newton for a 5-yard run. For what? For what? For what? You had Sam Darnold in rhythm, went 8 of 8 or 9 for 9, and then you just out of nowhere throw in Cam Newton for a 5-yard run. Like, what? Like, Matt Rule, what? Like, oh my lord. I and we gave this guy 7 years, y'all. 7 years. This team is a hot mess. This team is a hot mess. Mamba says, knowing our team next year, our offense is going to be explosive as hell, and our defense is going to be hot garbage. Shoot. It's going to come down to our offseason, but we have to really get busy in our offseason. Sam started off great, too, 9 for 9. Yeah, facts. Just not feeling Sam or the coaching staff. Yeah, totally understandable. Yeah, 7 sacks last week, 7 this week, 14 sacks in 2 back-to-back games. SMH. Yeah, back-to-back, 7 sacks. Not to mention, Cam Jordan got 3.5 of those sacks. Quan Alexander got half a sack. PJ Williams got a sack. Jeff Heath got a sack. And CJ Garner-Johnson got a sack. Cam Jordan ate us up today. And CJ Garner-Johnson ended up getting the game-sealing interception. Honestly, I felt like the smartest decision Matt Rule made all game was throwing the challenge flag on that intentional grounding spot. I felt like that's the only smart move he did all game. All right, Mamba, thanks for chiming in. It's good to hear from you. You enjoy the rest of your evening. But yeah, that is literally the smartest decision that he made all game was challenging the spot from that intentional grounding. David Screws says dumpster fire. Panthers, we need an excellent coach and an awesome quarterback. We need to do some work this offseason. Major work. Oh yeah. Major work. We need this better be one of the most busiest off seasons we ever have from this organization. I can tell you that right now. Oh my goodness. And just we had chance for a couple of we should have at least had 5 sacks this game. We only ended up with 2 sacks. We should have had like 5 sacks this game. Also, let me say this. We might want to rethink Derek Brown being a bust. we might want to rethink that. Because not only did he get a free shot and rocked the quarterback on one of our sacks, but he also chased down the receiver to make the tackle. So I think Derek Brown heard all of the bust talk, him being a bust. I think Derek Brown heard all of that talk and played his heart out. The fact that he chased down a receiver to make the tackle, maybe he's not a bust. Maybe he is showing us that he's really not a bust. Food for thought. Food for thought. Food for thought. Frankie Louvu. Frankie Louvu balled out. He had 3 tackles for loss, and he was the leading tackler. Had 9 total tackles, 6 solo tackles. So Frankie Louvu, he did his thing today. Definitely did his thing today. We saw him get into the backfield quite a bit. And like I said, our 2 sacks, one was from Jeremy Chin, one was from Derek Brown. Those were our 2 sacks. Keith Taylor Jr. got lit up today. Marquez Callaway lit him up today. And we were shutting down Alvin Kamara for a bit, and then later finally busted off a 30-yard run. But we held Alvin Kamara to 13 carries, 32 yards. But still showed up in the receiving game. 5 catches, 68 yards, and a easy catch and walk-in touchdown. Marquez Callaway, 6 receptions, 97 yards. Even despite having drops, he still cooked Keith Taylor, despite even having drops. David Screws says, I believe in Derek and a lot of players we have on this team. The coaches need to coach them better and better play calling on offense. Mr. Gemini says, we kept doing the same play calls, which didn't get us anywhere. Oh, yeah, we became very predictable. Short passes, dump offs, check down, screen. I think Sam threw like maybe 120-yard pass, 120 or 21-yard pass the entire game. But, I mean, he had to run for his life a lot. 7 sacks. And just his decision-making was still iffy. Still iffy. Now, I know the strip sack, that wasn't his fault. That wasn't his fault. But just his decision-making has to get better. And I don't think it will get better. But, I mean... But yeah, like I said, C.J. Gardner-Johnson got the Saints interception. We had the one field goal. We had 2 field goal attempts by Lirim. Made the first one, missed the second one badly. So, I mean... The receiving game. Our leading receiver, Ian Thomas, 3 catches, 33 yards. Amir Abdullah, 4 catches, 31 yards. DJ Moore, he had some drops. 3 catches, 29 yards. Terrace Marshall Jr., 2 catches, 16 yards. Chuba, 3 catches, 13 yards. Robbie Anderson, 2 catches, 10 yards. I mean, David Screws said it best. You can't play conservative in the NFL and expect to win. Facts. Facts. And it's so bad. It is so bad. Like, I just... And then just the ultimate disrespect to Cam Newton like that. Just out of nowhere, just randomly, oh, you can go in for one play. Sam wasn't even hurt. He wasn't even hurt. Oh, but you can go in for one play. Give us a run. Really? Really? Really, Coach Rule? That is why we don't want you here. We don't want you here. I understand our O-line is weak, but if we speed our offense up and go no huddle, it would probably help. It's possible. It's possible. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff we have to account for in the play calling to be able to adjust, and that's something that we haven't been able to do is adjust. I mean, we can't even adjust on offense and on defense. Like I said, we were in rhythm at the beginning, but just couldn't capitalize. I mean, yeah, we finally got the touchdown, the rushing touchdown later, but I mean, oh, and Miles Hartfield, dude, Miles Hartfield, that was a easy interception, man. Come on, you gotta catch that, dude. You gotta catch that. Yeah, David Screws, you said it best. Yeah, the disrespect Cam is getting is god awful. So awful. So ridiculous. Mr. Gemini says the play calling was good in the first half, especially the first quarter, but the defense caught on to it and we didn't make adjustments. They never do. Facts. It's been a problem this season. We don't adjust. We don't know how to adjust. We don't. We don't know how to adjust. But like I said, if we keep Coach Matt Rule, Mr. David Tepper, that's on you. That's on you. If we keep Matt Rule another year, that is on you. Just this guy does not have any idea of what he's doing. He has no idea of what he's doing. No idea of what he's doing. He has no idea what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. Three more times. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. One more time. He doesn't know what he's doing. Um, Matt Rule saying it's working and we just can't see it is awful. Comparing his plan with Jay-Z is sickening. I don't know what stuff he's on, but I don't want it. I don't want any of that stuff Matt Rule is on. Mr. Gemini says, "Yeah, they adjust. They adjust on how to play worse." LOL. Yeah. Facts. Facts. But just oh my god, man. Just 5-11 on our way to 5-12. Cuz let's keep it real. We're not beating the Bucks. We already got obliterated by them in the first match, even despite the Antonio Brown uh, drama and all that. We're still gonna get destroyed. We're still gonna get destroyed. Plain and simple as that. And it's just, like Mr. Carolina says, it hurts right now. This season has been very depressing. Like honestly, the last time that I was hyped was the Cardinals victory. That was literally the last time I was hyped. And you know what's funny about that? Do you know what's funny about that? That's the last game that we won. That's the last game that we won. That was the last time I was hyped. Oh, goodness gracious. I, I don't know. I just, I don't know. David Screws said it best. Us Panthers fans deserve better. Mr. Gemini, I just want this season to be over. Same here. I think, yeah, we want the bleeding to stop. We want the bleeding to finally stop. Ah, goodness gracious. I just somebody help me make sense of it. Like, oh man. You know what I'm gonna do? Once I'm done with this live stream, I'm gonna FaceTime with my dad, who's a Raiders fan. And I think I'm gonna eat a whole bunch of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. And who knows, maybe afterwards I might just look at YouTube clips of old Carolina Panther highlights when we were actually relevant. I just, oh my goodness. I just, I'm lost for words, y'all. I'm just lost for words. I'm really lost for words. Oh, I got my glasses off. Hold on. Mr. Gemini says, "Do you think Nixon is better than Brady?" Honestly, I don't really see much of a difference. I don't see much of a difference, to be honest with you. I really don't see much of a difference. I personally would rather go try to get a big name for offensive coordinator, a Bill Callahan, a Jim Caldwell, a Byron Leftwich, a Josh McDaniels. Just I really want to get a big name at offensive coordinator, and also want to get a big name at head coach. Or excellent scenario would be get maybe Jim Caldwell as head coach, and then maybe try to get a Josh McDaniels or Bill Callahan or Byron Leftwich or Eric Bieniemy at offensive coordinator. I'd be all over that. But of course, I'm pretty sure Eric Bieniemy is going to get a head coaching position next season. I would be shocked if he didn't. Uh, I just David Screw says might as well put Matt Rule out at quarterback for the last game. That's how much of a joke we are. It's sad. It really is. It really is. It's really it's a big clown circus show. I mean, just oh my god. Like I said, I'm lost for words. Like I said, I give a couple of kudos to Frankie Louvu for being the lead tackler and getting some tackles for loss in the backfield, doing his thing. Frankie Louvu's definitely a keeper. Um, Derek Brown, like I said, Derek Brown, he got into the backfield, got a sack, chased down a receiver to make the tackle. So, got to give a shout out to Derek Brown. Got to give a shout out to Chuba Hubbard. You know, Chuba Hubbard still working hard. Got himself a touchdown, rushing touchdown. So, Chuba Hubbard, he's trying. He's trying. He's had a couple of good carries. He's trying, and he got in the end zone. So, yeah, those are really the three players that I felt did some damage today. And I honestly thought they stood out the most in this whole game. Mr. Gemini says, I say Bieniemy might go to Jacksonville. Actually, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. Being a 17 game season and only winning 5 games is embarrassing. Not only that, but we only won 2 home games. Just like last season, we've only won 2 home games this season. So, in that 10-22 record that Matt Rule has, only 4 of those games, only 4 of those wins were home games. Can you believe that? Only 4. It's crazy. Shaq was nowhere to be found today. Um, he had a few moments. I mean, he did have 7 tackles. He had a few moments, but there were a lot of missed opportunities. Like I said, Miles Hartfield had an easy interception and dropped it. DJ Moore had drops. Um, too much missed sack opportunities. Like I said, we should have had at least 5 sacks. With the opportunities we had, we should have at least had 5 sacks. And just, it was rough. It was really rough. But I really, I'm lost for words, y'all. I really just, I mean, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? David says I'm gonna be upset if Tepper keeps Rule another year, and I like Tepper at the moment. Honestly, bro, get ready because it's probably gonna happen unless some sort of miracle happens and we get breaking news tomorrow. I really don't see it happening. I think Matt Rule is probably gonna get another year, unfortunately. David Screws says, oh no, I just read that already. Twandon versus everybody. Welcome. Good to see you. This team disgusts me, and Matt Rule should be fired tonight. Facts. I mean, just the total disrespect to Cam Newton. Oh, just because I can. Here, have a free play. Just have a free play. I'm gonna show that. Oh, I have Cam Newton at the palm of my hands. I can put him in when I want. Here, let's give the fans a little bit of hope. Here, we'll put Cam Newton in. And the only good thing that he did all game was throw the challenge flag on the intentional grounding spot. That's it. That's it. That's literally the only smart thing Matt Rule did all game. Mr. Gemini says, I never see Sam with any emotion or expression. He doesn't talk to and rally his teammates on the sidelines. Not at all. Not at all. But of course, what happened with Cam after Chuba Hubbard scored that touchdown? Oh, he's getting folks hyped. He's hyping up his teammates as they come to the sidelines because that's what he does. And he has no problem being a cheerleader. He's done it many times for Derek Anderson. But just wow. Wow. I just but like I said, if Matt Rule is kept another year, David Tepper, that's on you. You have to answer for that. You have to answer for that. I mean, we could be heavy on Matt Rule all day, every day, but if he stays, if he's kept another year, that's on David Tepper. Uh, David Screws says, Coach Rule said Rome wasn't built in a day when he got here. What's he building? The apocalypse? LOL. It seems that way. It seems that way. Mr. Gemini says Matt Rule doesn't get fired up either. Not at all. A lot of times when they cut the camera on Matt Rule, he's just like, uh, uh. I mean, he's talking and he's just kind of like lost, but like just he just doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. He doesn't look or know. He must be one of those people that just has a habit of not knowing. He just likes to not know. Whoo, man. I just, like he's confused. Yeah, it must be. He seems like it. Seems like it. But I don't get it. I I I don't get it. I really don't get it. Uh yeah, I think that's about all I have, y'all. Uh yeah, I'll probably end this. It's 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. I'll probably give this 10 more minutes, then I'm a bounce. Any questions or anything y'all want to add or throw in, keep them coming. Um David Screws says, "What's scary about Rule is when a team is bad at halftime, teams adjust. He doesn't." Facts. Facts. Mr. Gemini says, "No leadership. None whatsoever. None whatsoever." Hey, there he is. What's up, Nathan John? Perfect result today, Blitz. Oh, man. Two back-to-back 7-sack games. It's crazy. It's crazy. And Sam Darnold was all good at the start. What's the last thing he ended up doing? Throwing a pick. Uh, and now we're 5-11, soon to be 5-12. We got one more game of the torture. One more game of the torture. Uh, Nathan John says a loss. Darnold sucked. Rule closer to being fired. Draft position remains. Fantastic day. Oh man, that's quite a combo. Who are the captains again? One of them is Sam Darnold, for sure. One of them I know is Sam Darnold. I know one is Shaq Thompson. Uh, I think DJ Moore is one. Um, Actually, you know what? Matt Paradis was one. As a matter of fact, uh, let me see. Okay, so the team captains were Shaq Thompson, Christian McCaffrey, Dante Jackson, Brian Burns, Sam Darnold, Matt Paradis, Taylor Moton, and J.J. Jansen. Those were the captains, Mr. Gemini. Um, this bum, Sam. Hey, what's up, R. Priester? Good to see you. Blame Cam for 4 games and Rule protected Sam, then mentions Cam and he didn't play. Oh, but he had no problem throwing Cam Newton in for one play. Despite Sam Darnold he wasn't hurt. But no, I'm going to throw Cam Newton in for one play. Despite Sam Darnold being in a rhythm, 9 for 9. Oh, just because I can, I'm going to throw Cam Newton in there for one play, for one run. Just randomly. Just randomly. Oh, somebody make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense. David Screws says, cheers to a rough season again, Panther fans. Oh, and check this out. We now know who our 2022 opponents are. So check this out. Our 2022 opponents, next season's opponents. So at home, of course, we have the usual Falcons, Saints, Bucks. But guess who else we're playing at home? We play the Cardinals, we play the 49ers, we play the Steelers, we play the Browns, we play the Lions, and we play the Broncos. Those are our home games for next season. The away games for next season. Of course, we got the usual Falcons, Saints, Bucks. So check out the away games for next season. We got to play the LA Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, the Baltimore Ravens, the New York Giants, and the Cincinnati Bengals. Yo, if we do not get our roster fixed and in order, we are going to be screwed in 2022. Did y'all hear those opponents? Did y'all hear those opponents? Like, if we don't fix and take care of our needs, we are going to get demolished next season, especially if we're keeping the same staff. Shoot. Let me repeat. The Falcons, Bucks, and Saints twice. At home, we got to play the Cardinals, 49ers, Steelers, Browns, Lions, Broncos. For the away, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Ravens, the Giants, and the Bengals. Now, taking a look at those opponents, one, two, wait. Oh no, the Browns got eliminated from playoff contention. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, possibly 5 of those teams are playoff contenders. Four, possibly 5 or more of those teams are currently playoff contenders. And we got to play them next season. Y'all, I'm nervous. That looking at that list, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. You know what? I'm a you know what? I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it. Look at that. Read it and weep. This makes me nervous. Like I honestly, oh man, this looks scary. This looks scary. Our Nathan John says defense played better today at least. Although I'm really bummed about the missed interception opportunity from Miles Hartsfield. Um, our Priester says, "Wow, please keep Cam." Yeah, would be interesting to see what they decide with that. Nathan John says number one pick coming up. We're gonna go 2-15. Exciting. Ugh. Ugh. Um, I have caught Rule in so many lies. Uh, Mr. Gemini says, and we had a mostly easy schedule this year. Facts, and that's the crazy thing. We had an easy schedule this season. Nathan John says, yes, Mr. Gemini, we had a piss easy schedule this year, which is why this year is even more pathetic than it actually looks. Facts, facts. This year has been an unmitigated disaster. If Tepper keeps Rule, he deserves what's coming next year. Facts. If he keeps Rule, that's now on Tepper. Our Priester says, keep Cam, build O-line. Sam ain't it. Cam had 277 yards by himself the other day. That is true. That is true. Not to mention was the leading rusher as well. Um, no chance Cam is here if Rule is. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point that Nathan John was saying. Um, if Rule is still here, most likely no Cam. With the way things are going, yeah. But yeah, just I'm nervous. I'm nervous about next season's schedule. And I'll probably do a separate video at some point in time going over that list. Probably when they release the official schedule. But yeah, those are our opponents. Those are our opponents for next season. Uh, I was pissed when he said we can't judge Cam or Sam because of protection. I'm like, duh. From R Priester. He also says, yeah, if Rule is here, Cam won't come back unless Tepper makes it happen. David says, sorry, I'm drinking. Nah, you're cool. You're cool. But yeah, y'all, it's bad. It's really bad. I mean, and just with today's loss, plus seeing the posted teams that we go up against next season, whew, man, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I don't know if y'all are nervous, but I'm nervous. I have no shame to admit I'm scared. I'm scared. Our draft position hasn't changed. We're now at the sixth spot, or we're still at the sixth spot, so our position hasn't changed. So, I mean, in all honesty, I don't know if I'm not sure if us losing will bump us up. I mean, I guess it just really depends on. Well, let me see. I mean, it's really going to come down to what happens I guess with us taking the L and seeing what happens with the Texans, Giants, and Jets, I don't know if our spot can change from a 6. I don't know if we're able to go higher with a 6, higher than a 6. Hey, sorry about that, y'all. Had to restart the Zoom. Sorry about that. Um, let's see. What do we do at quarterback after this season? Honestly, um, all right, Mr. Gemini and Nathan John. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting. I'll catch up with y'all next time. But what do we do at quarterback after this season? Honestly, I'm not really sure. I mean, the idea of Cam having a full offseason sounds intriguing. I just don't. I don't know. It looks like we're probably gonna have to ride with Sam because we're gonna have to pay him anyway. We're gonna have to pay Bridgewater, and we're gonna have to pay Sam Darnold. That fifth-year option. So I mean, we probably won't have a choice but to ride with Sam Darnold, unfortunately. But it really is going to depend on what happens with, who could potentially be available and who we could possibly go after. But it's tough to say. It's really tough to say. But I don't think I honestly don't think there's a way that we could go up from the sixth pick in the first round. I don't think we can, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's past 8:35, so I'm a bounce for good. But yeah, once again, um, our priester says this is crazy having to stick with Sam when we have Cam. I mean, well, one, we would have to extend Cam. We would have to extend Cam, and two, I mean, even if we were to let go of Sam Darnold, we still got to pay him. Still got to pay him the 18 mil. So it's really a rough situation with quarterback. Now, I know some people were saying, as a matter of fact, let me check something, because there was something on Cat's Crave that was talking about the options that Carolina could consider going for at quarterback, perhaps in the offseason. Let me see if I. Here we go. So it says 6 realistic options for the Carolina Panthers to solve the quarterback crisis in 2022. The options are give Sam Darnold one more chance, re-sign Cam Newton, sign Mitchell Trubisky, sign Marcus Mariota, or trade to get Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what it has listed on potential ways that they could fix the quarterback situation. Yeah, I said Sean Payton gets him. That may be a Super Bowl, a whole offseason with Sean Payton. That would be interesting. That'd be really interesting. But yeah, what do y'all think about that? Though, what do y'all think about those 6 options? wait a minute. That's 5. That's 5. So the 6th option would be we could trade for Derek Carr. The Raiders' Derek Carr, we could try to trade for Derek Carr. So let me go over them again. We could either give Sam Darnold one more chance, re-sign Cam Newton, sign Mitchell Trubisky, sign Marcus Mariota, trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, or trade for Derek Carr. Personally, the only options that I could really be in support of out of those named, re-sign Cam Newton, sign Marcus Mariota, or trade for Derek Carr. I would be okay with either of those three. I would be okay for either of those three. Because Mitchell Trubisky, I'm not really sold on. I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on him. Marcus Mariota, I really feel has an opportunity. Despite having gone down some in production, I think he can get picked back up. I think he could get picked back up. Our Priester says he's sticking with Cam and an O-line. He's sticking strong with Cam and an O-line. I see. But yeah, I would be okay with either that option, Marcus Mariota, or try to shoot for David Carr. But I don't know if they make it, if the Raiders make it to the playoffs again. I don't know. They probably might try to keep him. I don't trust in Jimmy Garoppolo because the dude can't stay healthy, and I'm not really sold on Mitchell Trubisky, and I definitely don't really want Sam Darnold. So that's just me being honest. But yeah, um, and I might even do a separate video on that. Now that I just saw that, I might actually do a separate video on that. I may actually consider that. But let me go ahead and get up out of here. Final score this week 17 matchup. The Carolina Panthers fall to 5-11 with an 18-10 loss against the New Orleans Saints, which puts us at fourth in the NFC South with a 2-3 divisional record. Like I said, we had the one win against Atlanta and the one win against the Saints in the first visits, but we've lost to the Falcons and the Saints, and we've already lost once to the Bucks, and we're probably going to get swept by the Bucks. So, hang in there for one more game, y'all. That's all I can say. Hang in there for one more game. Our Priester says true. True needs an O-line. Jimmy is not durable. Mariota, I don't know what happened to him. He kind of went on a decline, but has showed a couple of sparks here and there when he's been put into the game recently. So that's my only thing with him. That's my only thing with him. But I just really feel like we're going to get swept, and the bleeding's got to stop at some point. But when? Who knows? But we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, that'll do it for this live edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. Shout out again to Mr. Carolina for chiming in earlier. And our Breezer says, then I'm sticking with Cam. Fair enough, fair enough. He's sticking with Cam. But one more game, y'all. One more game. And then we will go from there. Anyway, thank y'all to chiming in and joining us for this evening. I'm gonna go hit up my dad and just chill out and probably watch more Cobra Kai season 4. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Once again, Happy New Year. God bless. I will see y'all soon. Peace.